a body of rules of thought, words and sentences. Grammar helps the listener, speaker, reader and writer to avoid the gap between thought and expression by overcoming the mother tongue influence and by enabling him to develop the communication skills of listening, speaking, reading and writing.
One can strictly follow the body of rules relating to formal grammar in spoken English unless one utters the sentences correctly by following the rules governing speech. Meaning of sentence uttered might change because in spoken English, intonation plays a key role. Intonation consists of pitch, stress, and pass.
Pitch is the rise and fall of the voice in tone. For example, if a student says, "Shall I eat, teacher?" using the first 3 words in soft form and the last word in loud, it means he is asking the teacher for permission to eat. But if he utters all the 4 words in loud form, it might mean the student intends to eat the teacher.
Stress is accent on a particular word in a sentence that changes the true meaning of that sentence. For example, when an unmarried mother says to nurse in a hospital, "How can anyone get rid of a baby?" laying accent on the word "can," and then gives the baby she just gave birth to, as she doesn't want to bear it, and gets arrested and produced in court, where, based on the nurse's evidence that the lady laid accent on the word "can," the judge does not find the mother guilty and orders the release.
If gap given in a sentence uttered that changes the meaning of the sentence differently. For example, when someone says "claim," by giving a pause gap after uttering the word "teachers," teachers are cautioned not to complain. And if no gap is given in uttering this sentence, it just conveys a truth.
Has 26 letters. Yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Here, A, E, I, O, and U are called ovals because there is no obstruction. Here, A, E, I, O, and U are called ovals because there is no obstruction of each string while the sound of each vowel is uttered. However, B, C, D, F, G, H, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, and Z are called consonants because each string is obstructed while uttering each consonant. A word consists of letters, both vowels and consonants. A sentence consists of a group of words that makes complete sense. A sentence must have a subject, which could be a noun, like Mary, or pronoun, which could be like she. Then a predicate, which is a verb like run, and an object, like for instance milk. In a sentence like "the cow gives milk," for example, cow is subject, gives milk is predicate. A sentence could be structured. For example, lion is. A sentence could be structured. Lion is the king of animals. Or it could be interrogative, as in, "Can you speak English?" Or it could be imperative, as in, "Do as I say." And finally, it could be exclamatory, as in, "What a beautiful flower."
Which are like various parts in a house. each part having a specific function like noun, pronoun, preposition, verb, adverb, adjective, conjunction and interjection. Which are like various parts in a house, each part having specific function. There are 8 parts of speech which are like various parts in a house, each part having a specific function like noun, pronoun, verb, preposition, adverb, adjective, conjunction and interjection. Which are like various parts in a house, each part having a specific function like noun, pronoun, like various parts in a house, each part having a specific function like noun, a word used for naming a person, place or thing, pronoun, a word used instead of a noun, verb, a word used to indicate action, preposition, a word used to indicate the relation in which things stand one to another, adverb, a word used for adding something to the meaning of a verb or an adjective, adjective, a word used for adding to the meaning of a noun or pronoun, preposition, a word used to indicate the relation in which things stand one to another, conjunction, a word used for joining words, and interjection, a word used to indicate some feeling of the mind.
Naming a person, as example, Lala, noun is a word used for naming a person, like in Lara wrote to Jack. For naming an animal, as in there is a monkey on the tree. For naming a place, Canberra is the capital of Australia. For naming a thing, as in Rachel's father bought her a scooter. For naming abstract things that exist only in the mind, as in justice delayed is justice denied. There are 5 kinds of nouns. Proper noun that names a particular person, as in Michael is a good boy. A particular animal, as in Tommy is my pet dog. A particular thing, as in this is my house. Second, common noun that names members of a class, as in we have a tree here. Third, collective noun that names collection as a whole, as in she belongs to the cabin club. Fourth, material noun that does not have a number, as in the ring is made of gold. And finally, abstract noun that refers to abstract things, as in beauty does not last long. A noun could be singular or plural, except material noun and abstract noun, as in man, men, bird, birds, village, villages, table, tables.
And this white wallet can be focused? This is something.
Female, as in the girl is sleeping. Common gender used for both male and female, as in the child is eating. Neuter gender used for referring to a lifeless thing. The book is on the table.
Ladies and gentlemen, pronoun is a word used instead of a noun to avoid repetition of nouns in a sentence. As in Carol bought an apple, and Carol gives apple to her brother. The words she, it, and her are pronouns. So instead of saying all that, we can simply say Carol bought an apple and she gave it to her brother. Pronouns are of 8 kinds. First, personal pronouns, which refer to person speaking when they're in first person, as in, my name is Bell. Personal pronouns, which refer to person when they are in second person, as in, I saw your mother yesterday. Personal pronouns, which refer to person spoken of when they are in third person, as in, she is my sister. Personal pronouns have singular and plural forms. A personal pronoun is the subject of first, second, and third persons. Second, emphatic or reflective pronouns. They emphasize a point, as in, I myself ate all the food. Third, demonstrative pronouns, which point to a particular person or thing, as in, such is the case with Samuel the liar. This is my car. Questioning, as in, what is your name? Indefinite pronouns refer to persons or things in a general way, not in a particular way, as in, anyone can understand this. Distributive pronouns show that things are taken at a time. Words like either, neither, each are used in sentence. As in, I will return either tomorrow or the day after. Neither works nor allows others to work, to each according to his work. Possessive pronouns show possession, as in, this car is mine. Reciprocal pronouns indicate mutual actions or relationship, as in, John and John like one another. It may be noted in this context that pronouns are used as subject of a sentence, as in, I, she, we, they. It may be noted in this context that pronouns are used as subject of a sentence, like I, she, we, they. Pronouns are used as object of a sentence also, like, for example, me, him, her, they.
Verb is a word that indicates action. 2 boys fell from the tree. Then, a verb also indicates the state of being of a person or thing. For example, he is asleep. The book is on the table.
There are 5 uses of verb. First, verb takes the form of, as in, Rome stands on 7 arrows. Secondly, verb takes the form of asking a question, as in, does Rome stand upon 7 arrows? Thirdly, verb takes the form of giving an order, as in, go and do as I say. Fourthly, verb takes the form of expressing a wish or prayer, as in, thy kingdom come, thy will be done. And lastly, verb takes the form of an exclamation, as in, how foolishly you have acted.
Transitive verb that requires an object to be placed after it. For example, he threw the ball. Then, intransitive verb that does not require an object to be placed after it. For example, she snores. The third one is ergative verb that can be used both as transitive and intransitive. For example, the door opened. And intransitive example, the bell rings.
which shows whether what is indicated by the subject does something or has something done to it. Transitive verb can be used in two voices. Active voice. Example, I bought a pen. Passive voice. Example, a pen was bought by us. Passive voice. Example, a pen was bought by me. Changing of active voice and the passive voice. The subject will be changed into objective case. Be form will be added in the required tense. The principal verb must be in the past perfect tense. Here, I becomes by me. Bought becomes was bought. Fourthly, the predicate in active voice will be changed as subject. Fifthly, meaning of the sentence should remain unchanged. Changing active voice into passive voice. 1. I'm doing it. It is being done by me. 2. Tell him to go. Let him be told to go. 3. I know him. He is known to me. 4. He has praised you. You have been praised by him. 5. I have seen him. He has been seen by me. 6. It is time to close the shop. It is time for the shop to be closed. I saw Ed flying a kite. I saw a kite being flown by Ed.
Complement is a word, a noun or pronoun or adjective or adverb that is added to make the sense of a sentence complete. For example, my sister has become a nurse. That pen is mine. Tom appears happy. Your child is here.
Finite verb has a subject, is not limited by person and number, and forms the predicate. For example, Kurt likes mangoes. Non-finite verb has no object, is not limited by person, and the verb may function either as subject or predicate in sentence. Non-finite verb is of four kinds. Firstly, infinitive, which expresses a verbal notion without reference to a particular subject, as in, we came to see. See is infinitive. Secondly, gerund. Gerund is a verbal noun and therefore it works as a noun. A gerund is formed by adding ing to simple present tense, as in, I like dancing. A gerund could be subject to a verb, as in, reading is present. A gerund could be object to a verb, as in, I like reading. A gerund could be complement to a verb, as in, the best kind of occupation is reading. A gerund could be object to a preposition, as in, he is fond of reading. It will be noted in this context that the gerund should not be mistaken for present continuous tense like one, for instance, he is writing. 2, for instance, for present participle, as in, a writing pen should not be stopped. Participles are verbal adjectives which indicate a particular time. Participles are of four kinds. Present participle, which is formed usually by adding ing to the verb. Example, walk, walking, walking on the road, I saw a dog. Past participle is formed with addition of em or n or ed. As in beaten, shown, like in I want to beat him, he was beaten by me. Please show me your book. The book was shown to me. Future participle is formed by adding would be. Students are the would be citizens. Perfect participle is formed by prefixing having to past participle, as in, having been insulted by the principal, it is I.
Mood is a verb which performs one of the four functions. For stating facts, for example, he sees me. This is indicative mood. For uttering a command, advice and prayer, this is in imperative mood. Like, leave the class, beware of thieves, God have mercy upon me. It is also used for expressing a wish or purpose. This is in substantive mood. Example, God be with you. Take heed. He hears us not. When the special verb functions as a non-equivalent, this is infinitive mood. Example, her mistake was to have been seen in his company.
Tense also is divided into present tense, past tense, and future tense. The present tense refers to the happening of an action at the present time, as in he plays. The past tense refers to the happening of an action at some time in the past, as in he played. The future tense refers to the likely happening of an action in the future, as in he will play. In every tense there are three persons: the first person, the second person, and the third person. Each person has two forms, the singular form and the plural form. Examples are, in the present tense, I am is singular and we are is plural. That's the first person. You are is singular and also plural in the second person. He is singular and they are is plural in the third person. Some examples are in the past. Some examples are in the past tense. I was is singular and we were is plural in the first person. You were is both singular and plural in the second person. He was is singular and they were is plural in the third person. Be is singular and will be is plural in the first person. You will be is both singular and plural in the second person. He will be is singular and they will be is plural in the third person. The principal parts of a verb are the simple present, the simple past, and the past participle. The four chief forms of verb are infinitive, example play, present participle, example playing, past tense, example played, and past participle, example done. Example play, present participle, example playing, past tense, example play, and past participle, example done. The verb are one strong verb, also known as irregular verb. This verb forms the past tense by changing the verbal of example write, wrote. Conjunction of strong verb is in words am, is, are, do, know, and come. Some examples are am, was, being, is, was, are, were, being, do, did, done, know, knew, known, and come, came, come. In singular, simple present, simple past.
time. It is a change in the time of the verb to express the time of action. It shows the time of happening of an action. Time is divided into present, past and future.
Present tense refers to what happens at the time of speaking. As in, here comes the train. Express habitual, I drink coffee every morning. Express a truth, as in, the sun sets in the west. Past tense is used to speak about an action completed in the past, as in, I was sick yesterday. To speak about the habitual action already completed, as in, every day he walked a mile to go to school. Future tense is used to speak about an action that is expected to take place sometime in future, as in, I'll meet you tomorrow. Present continuous tense is used to refer to an action still going on, as in, the child is waiting. Speak about an action planned, as in, my daughter is arriving tonight. My daughter is arriving tonight. Present continuous tense is used to speak about an action going on at some time in the past, as in, when I saw him, he was reading a book. Future continuous tense is used to speak about an action that is expected to be going on at some time in future, as in, tomorrow by this time, I shall be appearing for the interview. Tense is used to speak about an action just completed, as in, I have posted the letter. It is also used to refer to a past action in a general way, as in, Jane has gone out. Past perfect tense is used to speak about an action already completed at some time, as in, I had completed my work early last night. Future perfect tense is used to speak about an action that is expected to be completed by a certain time in the future, as in, by tomorrow evening, I shall have completed my homework. Present perfect continuous tense is formed with the addition of have been or has been to the present participle and is used to speak about an action that has been going on, as in, I have been waiting for the bus for 2 hours. Past perfect continuous tense is used to speak about an action that was going on at a certain time in the past, as in, by year 2008, I had been working as a principal for 10 years. Future perfect continuous tense is used to speak about an action that continues over a period of time and ends in the future, as in, by next December, I shall have been completing 30 years of service. Continuous tense together combined with an infinitive, as in, we are going to buy a car. The emphatic affirmative is a compound tense formed by the auxiliary verb do, laying emphasis on a thing, as in, I do go for a walk daily.
Tenses are present tense, past tense and future tense. Each tense has 4 divisions: simple, continuous, perfect and perfect continuous. Simple tense, simple present tense, simple past tense, simple future tense. Continuous, present continuous tense, past continuous tense and future continuous tense. Perfect, present perfect tense, past perfect tense and future perfect tense. Perfect continuous. Present perfect continuous tense, past perfect continuous tense, and future perfect continuous tense.
Verbs are helping verbs such as am, is, shall, etc. They are used for forming negative, interrogative, and emphatic sentences, as well as compound sentences, and passive voice to serve as modal verbs performing certain moves. There are 24 auxiliary verbs. They have the main verb in forming tenses other than simple present tense and simple past tense. Auxiliary verbs are of two kinds: primary auxiliaries and modal auxiliaries. Primary auxiliaries are am, is, was, or, were. These are known as be forms. Next, has and had are known as have forms. And does and did are known as do. The modal auxiliaries are adjectives of mood or manner. They indicate actions that exist as conceptions of mind. Modal auxiliaries are
Tenses. First person. Simple present. I write. Simple past. I wrote. Simple future. I shall write. Present continuous. I am writing. Past continuous. I was writing. Future continuous. I shall be writing. Present perfect. I have written. Past perfect. I had written. Future perfect. I shall have written. Present perfect continuous. I have been writing. Past perfect continuous. I had been writing. Future perfect continuous. I shall have been writing. Simple present. You write. Simple past. You wrote. Simple future. You will write. Present continuous. You are writing. Past continuous. You were writing. Future continuous. You will be writing. Present perfect tense. You have written.